Hi there guys, so interestingly, while talking about boxing going forward, Eddie Hearn explained that Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury could take priority over Anthony Joshua's mandatory against Kubrat Pulev and Tyson Fury's rematch with Deontay Wilder, which would be a trilogy fight. This is what Eddie Hearn had to say about this undisputed fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Well, I think all of a sudden, does the Joshua-Fury fight start taking priority? Maybe over the Pulev fight. If the Pulev fight extends beyond the summer, there's so much that could happen right now. I mean, anything is possible, but contractually, Deontay Wilder is going to want his fight next. Or whether there's a force that takes that fight to October, November, wherever. Right now for us, we're fighting Kubrat Pulev June 20, or it could be July 25th, but everything is uncertain at the moment, whilst the country and the world tries to contain this pandemic. So that is Eddie Hearn's outlook on Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Obviously, that is the fight that he eventually wants to make, but there are two fights in the way, Kubrat Pulev and Deontay Wilder. Obviously, Tyson Fury must rematch Deontay Wilder because that was in the contract, provided he beat Deontay Wilder. So that fight will have to happen, and obviously Anthony Joshua will have to deal with his mandatory Kubrat Pulev. But there is an uncertainty about this undisputed fight. No matter what happens in the fight between Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev and Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, that undisputed fight has always been uncertain. We have never been guaranteed that that fight is going to happen, so we don't know whether it will or not. It's going to decide on many different things happening, because I believe that if Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury were to be the ones who step in the ring for that undisputed fight, which I believe they will be, I think the fight will be easier to be made. But still, it's not going to be easy. I don't think this fight is going to be easy to be made at all. And I think that is proven by past experience. Obviously, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder could not get that fight made for the undisputed fight. Obviously, Tyson Fury now has the WBC belt, so it could be easier. But that does not mean that the undisputed fight is guaranteed, because obviously Anthony Joshua has to come through Pulev and Tyson Fury has to come through Deontay Wilder. So they both have fights in the way that they must win in order to keep that undisputed fight alive. And obviously Anthony Joshua has Alexander Usyk as his WBO mandatory, who is due to face Derek Chisora on May 23rd if that fight still goes ahead. But still, obviously Anthony Joshua has to deal with that mandatory. So does this undisputed fight just become another pipe dream? Or do they just say, maybe let go a belt or two belts, just so the fight can happen? Because we'll know who is number one. Do they have to have all of the belts on the line for us to know that that fighter is number one? Do all of the belts need to be unified together in order to have one face, one name, one champion? Yes, kind of. But then, again, as I said, we know who would be number one. It's just, I don't think it's going to be easy to get all of those belts together in the ring for that undisputed fight, because there are so many different things going on. Obviously, Dillian Whyte needs his opportunity in February 2021. And obviously, Anthony Joshua has to deal with Kubrat Pulev. Then Alexander Usyk, who explained he's going to force his mandatory position on Anthony Joshua, so he must fight him after Kubrat Pulev. So does this become another case of the undisputed fight not happening? Or do they just say, relinquish the necessary belts and get this fight on, whether it be for undisputed world championships or just to know who is number one? Because it's going to be very difficult to pacify all of the mandatory challenges and all of the people that should get their opportunities and make this fight. Guys, I would like to know your thoughts. Do all of the belts need to be on the line, or are belts going to have to be fragmented in order to make that fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury? Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click your thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.